we have some ripe figs. Let's see, move that out of the way. We have some ripe figs on this tree. Just a car going past. So I'm going to pick some figs and we're going to see what it's like. We're at the, I don't know, 12th of August, something like that. And then we've also got some new growth figs as well, which will probably, we'll just focus, these ones here, which will probably still be on the tree next year, right up until next year, but they won't ripen. But we'll pick some figs and we'll see what it tastes like. That was getting ripe as well, but we'll just take two of these ripe ones and we'll see what they're like when we get home. Let's have a look and a taste of these figs. Now, thinking about it, it was the back end of August, start of September last year, which I noticed the figs on the tree had ripened and had started to dry out, and I thought they were the figs from the previous year. So this kind of makes sense that these actually are the figs from this from the old growth from this year, and the figs that I saw last year that had dried out were the figs from last year, but they just ripened on the tree and started to dry out in the hot sunshine. So there's still some figs on the tree that aren't ready, but these are the ones that are ready. So let's just cut into and see. My sharp knife has changed. That's alright, isn't it? That's alright. It's not as red as some figs on the inside. Some figs are really quite red on the inside, but that's not bad. And not, you know, for a British fig from the north of the country. Nice as that. That's nice as that. I'll have that. I'll have those with a bit of yogurt. So interesting. So summing up, figs in the north of England are ripe back end of July, start of August. The new growth, the ones, there's two crops on the fig trees. Sometimes this second crop of figs will survive the winter and start to ripen the next year, depending on the weather, which is kind of quite interesting. And if left on the trees, the figs will start to dry out rather than fall off. So from my point of view, I've learned something and I've kind of felt that's kind of quite interesting. And I don't watch gardening programs, and I don't know anyone who's an expert on figs, but we have found out something kind of quite interesting. And figs, I mean, won't be as nice as ones from other countries where the climate is warmer, but you can grow and eat figs in the UK. So, am I going to? No, I'm not going to have a go at drying them out. Am I? Nah, I'm not going to do that. But we could do. We could just, we could put those in a dehydrator and they would dry out. I think probably, no, because they dry them like that, don't they? They dry them stood up, cut that off, and then dry them like that, because they're always squished down, aren't they? So like a more condensed, that version. But anyway, so interesting, but probably only for my own interest, and therefore a success.